There is one student came from the Desa Community College. He's learning about the different culture and religion. So I'm going to talk about what's our philosophy and what we are doing here. Our organization name is Yarigana Vedic Cultural Center of Swaminarayan Gurukul, USA. So what is the root of this culture and religion is Swaminarayan Sampradaya is our philosophy of the Parampara, successor gurus. Swaminarayan, Swami means controller. One Narayan means one who is pervading each and every soul. And that is the Supreme Personality, Supreme God. There is a one God, but He descends in this universe whenever necessary. And there are many incarnations. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 24 incarnations prescribed, and there are extra specially, whenever it's necessary, He comes specially too. Swaminarayan Bhagavan was a special incarnation. And Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Buddha, all these incarnations of different time, different place to teach the different philosophy and different relation. Lord Rama was incarnated to give the relation between brother and sister, mother and father, whatever the old relation, our material world relation, how should be kept. And that was the Lord Rama's teaching. And Lord Krishna was here to establish the righteousness. So He given Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Puran. And Lord Swaminarayan has given the Vachanamrit and Shikshapatri, that is the summary of the old Vedas and Upanishads. And if you cannot understand anything, there is a small book called Shikshapatri. Shikshapatri is a letter of direction. It has 212 verses, and they said, do this, don't do this. It's like a guide, and it is summary of all the creatures. As well, the Lord Jesus Christ is one of the incarnation, but He's a Manu avatar. Manu means He gave the human life values, and that was the work of the Lord Jesus Christ. That's why they say Son of God, not Supreme Personality. But these all other incarnations like Lord Rama, Lord Buddha, Lord Krishna, Lord Swaminarayan, they are the Supreme Personality. They become like a human like us, and guide to us to how to get the salvation, how to be happy in this universe and next coming too. And there are different things and different ways you can get that realization. Devotion. Devotion means bhakti, means devotion, and that is a love to the God. And how you can get the love and win to the God with the love is by serving to the God with the divine form, by singing His divine virtues and do some work for the divine work, like a cooking for the Lord and devotees and all those people. That also give you a merit, and that merit will lead to you for your salvation. Main thing, our life's importance of this human life is to get the salvation. How you can get salvation? Only in the human life, right? Nothing else. If you are first person get the animal life, they cannot get salvation. That's why human life is very important in order to get the salvation. Only exit comes from the human life to get the salvation. Otherwise, there are 84,000 of different pieces they have to go. People say there is no incarnation. Soul cannot live without clothes, without body. So soul has to migrate from one body to other body until they get the salvation, liberation. Once you have liberation, you don't come back. Right? So, if you are not liberated, then you depend on what we have merit. According to your merit, you can get your destination. If you are a good person, you are a believer of God, you become human again and again and again. Once you are perfect, you are devotional, God will take you. When time comes, you don't suffer. You are happy in this world, and next come into, and you get divine abode of God, so-called the Akshardham, ultimate abode of the God, where God lives. If you do good merit, you are a good person, but you are not believer, then you go to the hell, enjoy there, whatever merit you have. Once your merit finished, you go recycling again. And recycling finished, when your liberation comes, your moksha, final destination. And that one you can get easily with the good divine person. Is a good, it was mentioned in the Bhagavatam, there are 30 virtues, person who had like that. That is the perfect person. You can join with them. And doesn't matter is in the white clothes or saffron color or whatever. Person who has that virtues, they can lead you to the salvation. And that is the importance of this, all the devotion, what you do, what you love to God, serve to the God. And that was the, our philosophy is to do the devotion, love with the God, and do with the, become nirvasnik, means detached from this material world. By senses, you can take over to the Lord and use only. When you look at the good things, like do the darshan of, vision of image of the God, or good people, like those things, make our way of salvation very easy. And that is the what is about the our philosophy, Vedic philosophy. And Veda means knowledge. You know, Alicia, Veda means knowledge. And that knowledge is divided in 4 Vedas. Atharvaveda will give you the all the science, quantum theory. All these scientists thinking about that, about the Vedas. Even Hawkins, Mr. Hawkins is a scientist. He also mentioned about Veda is far better than the Einstein given the E equal to mc square. That's what he's talking about. But he was not believer of God. So I don't know, he will come again and he finish his work as a scientist. And then ultimately God is there no matter whether believe or not believe. Doesn't make difference to God. Veda was, even before this universe was created, it was there. Veda is eternal. And that Veda has everything what you need. And I was talking about quantum theory, mathematics, as well as the science, as well as medicine. It's called Ayurveda. Ayurveda means life. Veda is pertaining to that knowledge. So Ayurveda is also part of the Atharvaveda. And our book here, so-called Principles of Surgery by Dr. Swartz, 2-book volume, also mentioned that the plastic surgery was done by the 900 BC by Susumit, one of the Ayurvedic physicians. And Hahnemann, he was the German scientist. He developed the homeopathy from there. And the first college here was in the Hahnemann University Hospital in Philadelphia, where I studied my nuclear medicine. So that now is the regular osteopathic medicine, but they kept as a Hahnemann University Hospital in Philadelphia. So what I'm saying is that everything comes from Vedas actually. How much Veda you understand, because it's in Sanskrit, that things comes through from there. That's how much you can understand, you know. So Rig Veda, it will give you all hymns. If you have this problem, you chant this mantra, you'll be free from that. If you have a Samaveda, give all melodies, all the, just like we were singing, all different melodies, that give you the freedom from the all diseases and different things and join to the spirituality. And the same way, the Ajurveda is all hymns for do the yagnas and all this stuff. And from Vedant, everybody cannot understand. So Vedant, end of the Vedas, is called Upanishad. Upanishads give the all summaries on the form of the story. Okay, it's also in English available too. It's in Sanskrit, but whoever translates, depending on who translated and how you understand, you can get the meaning from there. And from that came the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. These are the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the all philosophy there. And from there, we follow the Lord Swaminarayan teaching of the Vedic Dharma. And he gave his teaching in Vachanamritam. Vachanamritam, we have it here, is in English. And he talks in question and answer forms. There are certain things there. Same way, the Shiksha Patri, there are 212 verses that also give all summaries. In Kali Yuga, era of the key, everything goes key and lock. So you cannot have time. It's computers, right? Lock and keys, everything. Same way. So we don't have time right now. So Lord Swaminarayan has given a small book called Shiksha Patri. And that has all the things there, if you can understand. In order to understand that, you have to have a little knowledge of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Then you can understand that. So this is the way we follow the Lord Swaminarayan. Lord Swaminarayan was born in the India 225 years ago, more or less, 1781. What do you call it? AD. And he was in the form of the sadhu. Is that say the Lord Krishna was in the form of the king, so he has many wives at the time. Lord Rama was the king as well, so he has one wife. He kept the one wife, but Lord Krishna has many wives. Lord Swaminarayan was sadhu, so he didn't keep any. So different incarnation has different messages. So that was the Lord Swaminarayan was born on that, and then afterward he became sadhu when he was 11 years old, and he established this sampradaya, the Guru Parampara. So Lord Swaminarayan Guru was Ramanand Swami. He was incarnation of Uddhava. Uddhava was the uncle of the Lord Krishna, and he was the propagator of the Bhagavad Dharma. So Bhagavad Dharma means there is a fourth below, just like a Dharma, Artha, Kam, and Moksha. Dharma means duty, moral duty. Artha, pleasure. Dharma, Artha means pleasure. Kama means pleasure. Moksha means liberation. Material things, pleasures. And that's the way the four things you can achieve it by worshipping to the divine incarnation. When you come to this universe, you follow them. So Raman Swami, he was the Uddhava incarnation, and his guru was Ramanujacharya. This was a philosopher of the philosophy. There was the Vedanta, Vishishta, that means universal, absolute truth. He was believer of. So then goes the Supreme Personality. What is Lord Narayan? One who is the divine abode of God, where God lives. So this is the way, short summary I gave it to you, and you can see the more in your website. I think you saw from the website of the our program from the Lord Shiva's Mahashivratri things, right? And the original Vedic, did you saw that? In the how you found these things?
I did see it, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's what about, and I'm going to now do to go there, give this and do Sanman to those three people that came there, Alicia, Stola, and Babu. Babu, I think, Jagnesh, you go in here, or let you come here. Sahajanand Swami Maharajani Jai, Swami Narayan, Swami Narayan, Narayan, Swami Narayan, Swami Narayan, Swami Narayan, Swami Narayan, Swami Narayan. This is powder, holy powder, like ash, divine ash, is holy powder. Sahajanand Swami Maharaj Jai. So now